Hello students, welcome to this online course of Strength of Materials. So today we are going to start our new chapter, which is the chapter of torsion. Okay, so you must have heard this term torsion, or you can also say it as a torque. Okay, so torque or torsion, it is a kind of moment. So if we'll compare it with the bending moment, the units are same. The bending moment is also having the unit of kilonewton per meter and kilonewton meter, and the torsion will also have the unit of kilonewton meter. It is also same as the distance into the force. Bending moment is also distance between the force, perpendicular distance and the force. But why we are here to study a new chapter? Because there must be something difference. The torque must be different from the bending moment, even though both are moments and everything is almost same, but there should be some fundamental difference. That is why we are introducing a new chapter. So let us see what is this torque and how we are going to deal with it. So in the last few chapters we have studied about beams, which are very common and important structural elements. So beams are very common. So in every house, like 99% of the structures, beams are like you cannot remove them, you cannot eliminate them. So beams are very fundamental part of a building. So these are very important and common also. So what we have discussed to calculate shear force, bending moment at any point, and due to these bending moment and shear force, the internal stresses will be generated. And that we have seen that in terms of axial thrust, bending, deformation in the beam, which we will be seeing in the coming the last chapter of this subject is the deflection only. So that we are going to see. Now in this chapter we deal with another important structural element, shaft transmitting the power. So shafts are the structures which will be majorly exposed to the torque. So we have to you might have seen the generator. So what how we are going to start the generator? So that shaft is there, and what we used to rotate it continuously, and at a particular power it will, at a particular torque it will start. So this is the torque, whatever the couple which we are providing is the torque. Shafts are the commonly used to transmit power from one point to another. So this must be some coupling will be there. So this torque is provided to this. So in result what it will do, it will start rotating, and due to this the coupling will also start rotating, and it will be connected to some internal member in the generator. So what this shaft is doing, this shaft is transferring this torque to here. Okay, so shafts are also very important, but majorly they are important structure for the mechanical engineering. But still there are, like in many beams can be treated as the shaft, while in the RCC structures you will be seeing the design for torque also. So you have to have the basic understanding of this structural member. While shafts also act as beam, so they are supported at point along their length and carry their own weight. They predominantly act as torsion element. So shafts are the torsion element. Okay, so they will carry the torque. Shafts will be carrying the torque majorly. Like most of the cases we will see a torque is subjected to the shaft. So in this chapter we deal with torsion, the behavior of element under torsion, and method of designing the shaft. So before moving further, the students are having very common doubt: what is the bending moment and what is the torque or the torsional moment? So the basic difference only we are going to deal today. So try to understand it very clearly. I will be discussing in very much detail. So the chapter of torsion. So this is some wall is there, and in this wall this is a shaft. This is our shaft. Okay, the white portion is our shaft. I hope this is clear. So how many axes are possible? three axes: x axis, y axis, and the z axis. So x and y axis are the in plane axis. Okay, so these are, like, if you'll see from the side, this is x, this is y, and the axis inside and outside the cross section of the shaft is z axis. Okay, so why I am teaching you all this is very basic and this you all know, but let us first, for understanding the difference between torque and the bending moment, you must have these things very clear. So out of these three axes, two are the transfer axis. Transverse is means I will tell you, and the longitudinal axis is your z axis. So this is the shaft. Okay, so this is the length of the shaft. So along the length, which axis is this? This is your z axis. So whichever axis is along the length of the member, it will be termed as the longitudinal axis. This I have already told you in the first chapter also, when we were dealing with the longitudinal strain and the transverse strain. Here the length is along z axis, so your z axis is here the longitudinal axis, and the axis, remaining axis, will be your the transverse axis. So x and y are the transverse axis. This is also clear. So I am dealing, like, I am going very slowly, because this concept, the student after completing their BTech also, they are not having this much clarity of this topic, why we are treating the bending moment differently and the torsion moment differently. So please, like, follow this lecture very carefully, and you will have very less doubt after. I don't think any doubt will be there in understanding the difference between bending moment and the torsional moment. So let us, what are the possibilities? Let us just discuss one possibility is when the load is along the load is py. Py means the load is along which axis? You can see the direction of load is this. So along this, which axis is there? Y axis. That is why this subscript is y. Y is there. So whatever is the subscript, that is telling you the axis, on which axis, along which axis that load is there. What is this term Ez? I don't think you have heard this term. This is the eccentricity. Eccentricity. This is very important, and in the coming third year, whatever subjects you are going to deal, this term you will see very frequently. Eccentricity means how much is the distance of that particular thing, whatever is that. It can be force, it can be moment, anything it can be, from the centroid. So this is your centroid. Okay, sorry, this whatever is the cross section, the intersection point. So if py would have been crossed from this point, then there will be no moment generated. If the force is passing through the centroid, but whenever it is having the eccentricity, then it will generate some kind of moment, because the force into distance will produce a moment. That is also clear. So this is your eccentricity. So here you can see the eccentricity is having subscript z. Z means it is along z axis, you can see also. So it is along this axis. Then the moment, whatever moment is there, will be py into Ez. Okay, so when you will see that whatever is the axis, so this is your z and this is your y. So if you will see, this is about this x axis, and it is very much logical also. So whatever is here, it will not appear in the resulting expression. So mx will always be py into Ez. Similarly, here also you can see mx is what? Pz into Ey. Pz means it is the force is along z axis and the eccentricity is along y axis. So whenever the multiplication of two terms are there, so if it is along y, it is along z, then the resulting moment will be along x axis. So this is a way to learn, I have told you, but you can see also by checking the sense of the moment. Okay, so the sense of the moment is mx. So here you can see mx is py into what, ez. Mx is py into ez, and mx here also it can be pz into ey. So whenever, listen this carefully, whenever this moment is about the transverse axis x or y, it will be a bending. Okay, or you can see for bending one should be the longitudinal, one of the force or the eccentricity should be along the what, the longitudinal axis. If both are along the transverse axis, then it will become the torque. I will explain you in the coming slides what I have told you, either force or the eccentricity. So you can see here ez, z is longitudinal axis. So out of these two, if either of them are along the longitudinal axis, then it will cause a bending. So you can see also how this beam in the effect of this force, how the beam will going to bend. The beam will be going to bend like something like this. Okay, about this axis the rotation is coming along this axis. This is the x-axis. So x-axis you can see the beam is bending. Clear? So bending means the resulting moment is about any of the transverse axis. So let us see whether I am telling is correct or not. So what we are going to do here, we are seeing here px into ez. So what I have told you, you have to check these two terms x and z. So one of them are along the longitudinal axis. This means this will be equal to my. Here also my is pz into ex. So one of them are along the longitudinal axis. Also here what is going to happen, so this will be bending like this. It is in the same plane. Bending about which axis is happening? Bending about y axis is happening. So my is your transverse x, the moment about transverse axis. Again transverse means it is a case of bending. So you can see my is px into ez and my is again pz into ez. So what is the next possibility? Next possibility is both are along the transverse axis. So ex and py or px into ey. So let us see what is the third case. So third case is px into ez. Here it is pz into, no, this is the same case na. Here it is. So py into ex, px into ey. So you can see none of them are along the longitudinal axis, both are the transverse axis. So both are transverse axis mean, so this is your px along the ex. So this is going to rotate like this. About which axis? About z axis. Also here also you can see this is also something like this. So this mz is nothing but the torque. Okay, torque is always along the longitudinal axis, so there is no need to write x, z or something like that. So it is understood that torque is always about the longitudinal axis. So what else are the differences? Let me just show you, or just try to understand here itself. So it is, the torque is going to rotate this circumference or this cross sectional area. It will try to twist it, but bending was not doing something like this. Bending was something like this. So the cross section was not going to be affected by bending. But in the case of torque, the cross section is going to twist. Okay, so just see how the torque will look like. So this is a case of torque. So torque is shown by this. Okay, so sign convention and all the terms which we will be discussing in the previous lecture. So what is today's input? So if Z is your, so out of these mx, my and mz, if x and y are the transverse axis, so this is the bending moment and this will be your torsional moment. If we are changing the x, let us say x is your longitudinal axis, so mx will become the torque and remaining two will become the moment. So I hope this is clear to you, and this is very very important, because in the final examination there will be both kind of moments. Torque is also there, bending moment is also there. So you have to have the differentiation. You have to make the decision whether it is torque or it is a bending moment, because the formulas are very very different from each other. So as we have discussed the moment formula, bending formula, m by I equal to sigma by y is equal to E by R. So here also we are going to see something like that. But if you will misunderstood the m term with the t, you will use a different formula and you will get a wrong answer. So please understand it very very clearly. So this is all for today. Thank you.